There is the chance of showers this morning and this afternoon. There is the risk of a thunderstorm this afternoon that could put maybe 10 to 15 millimeters of precipitation on the ground. I know, but it's a perfect day maybe to think about painting. We've talked about paint nights, but if you've got to go home with a canvas, how about one that you can eat? Doesn't that sound fantastic? Quest Atkinson is a chocolatier and owner of Quest XO, and she hosts chocolate painting workshops across the city, including one tomorrow night as part of the Toronto Chocolate Festival. She's with me now, along with a couple of brushes and chocolate. Quest, good morning.
Yes, good morning. It's such an honor to be here and help you to dive into chocolate painting. It's going to be wonderful.
I'm so excited, and I feel like I need to apologize to David Coleman because he would be all over this, but I am just as engaged. So what exactly does a person have to do to paint with chocolate?
Yeah, so we have a variety of tools here. Everybody gets a new set of brushes that they are welcome to take home with them if they'd like. Otherwise, we dispose of them because we use food, edible paints.
Yes.
They're also given a chocolate canvas of their choosing. So Jill, I want you to remove this paper and smell that chocolate. It is organic raspberry chocolate. Can you smell it?
Yeah. You can really smell the raspberry. It's beautiful, and it's a red color.
Yeah. So it's naturally pink, and it tastes just like fresh raspberries, and it's made with freeze-dried raspberries. You get to choose the chocolate that you want for your canvas. Myself and a teammate, we craft these by hand, and then we typically run people through a bunch of different tools. So we talked about the brushes, we talked about your delicious canvas, and today what we're going to be using are edible paints. These edible paints are made from cocoa butter, which is where, it comes from the cacao bean. That's where we get our chocolate from. So these are, in fact, edible. However, the colors don't necessarily represent the flavor. It's more texture, consistency. They taste maybe a little bit buttery, but apart from that, it's not like the yellow tastes like lemon or the red tastes like raspberry. They're flavorless. However, your finished artwork is going to taste exactly like your chocolate canvas. So in this case, it's going to taste like delicious raspberry.
So Jennifer Allen wants to know if people lick the brushes, but if they're flavorless, then no.
No, I mean, we've had some curious cats who are just so intrigued and they do want to try the paint, and that's okay. We celebrate that. But they do quickly find that they are flavorless and they just have a buttery consistency, if anything. Okay. So the real action is in the canvas itself.
So where did you come up with this idea?
I've always been a creative person, and one of the joys of running your own business is that you have creative liberty, so nobody can tell me no. And I just one day thought, you know what? Chocolatiers typically paint on a smaller surface, usually bonbons, these little decorative chocolates. And I thought that canvas was too small for me. And actually during the pandemic, early in the pandemic, I started doing live on Instagram chocolate painting. And I would encourage people, join along with me. You can use acrylics or whatever, just join the fun while you're at home. And eventually I decided, well, I should be teaching people how to do this because it's such a fascinating thing. And, I used to attend paint nights in the past, and I was never proud of my artwork, and I didn't know what to do with this big canvas. What do you do after? And so instead, if you're not really proud of your artwork, you can just eat it.
And does that make you feel better when the art isn't great?
Yeah, absolutely, because you know what it is? Everybody has a different art style, right?
Yes.
So if you don't love it, call it abstract. And if you still don't love it, just eat it, right? And I think it's just a lovely way to enjoy art from different perspectives. Not only are you can look at it, you can display it, but you can also enjoy it maybe with a friend over tea or that sort of thing. So it's like a multifaceted way to enjoy art.
So what kind of paintings do people come up with?
Oh my goodness, there are so many different things. I've had someone paint a skull recently, very, very kind of Halloweenish. There was a guy, bless him, he's so cute. He actually got inspired by this streetcar painting that I have here, and he painted a streetcar with a raccoon driving it.
Oh my gosh.
People get all sorts of creative, and what is so inspiring to me is even though I have years of experience painting, just seeing people's creativity and them feeling safe enough to paint whatever they want. I'm always so inspired by what they come up with. It's incredible.
Does the idea of chocolate and painting on chocolate make it a better entry point for somebody who wants to try this for the first time?
Well, yes and no. I think a lot of people who come into our workshops are understandably a little bit nervous, but we encourage them all sorts. And we what we say is chocolate artwork is actually very forgiving. Unlike watercolor, once you lay that color down, it's really hard to manipulate it. Chocolate cocoa butter paint is easily manipulated, and you can erase away mistakes. So.
Right. Should I give it a try?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So, Jill, I want you to take this largest brush here.
All right.
And dip it into this white paint. And we're just going to coat the canvas a little bit. And essentially what we're doing here...
The whole thing?
Yeah, you can do a little patch if you want. So essentially what we're doing here is we're doing something called priming. And so for those of us who put makeup on, we usually prime our faces or what have you before we apply makeup. For those of us who paint walls, sometimes you prime the walls before you do that. So essentially what priming is in regards to chocolate art is you're just getting the canvas ready so that these nice, beautiful, bright colors can still shine and pop. In Jill's case today, she's using a really vibrant reddish pink canvas. So if we were to apply some red paint on top of that, it wouldn't be as vibrant and it wouldn't show as well. So
what do you think?
Yeah, it looks good. This is where we typically encourage people to take their time, enjoy the process.
And they're not on radio.
And the reason is we actually offer a chocolate paint meditation.
Oh, okay.
And this priming experience is where people typically say, I could do this the whole time. It's meant to be relaxing.
It is relaxing. I feel like a kid who's coloring.
Yeah.
You know, when you watch children color, the mouth is moving, the face. I feel like I'm doing exactly that.
Okay. And so let's grab another brush. What shall we paint today?
I don't know.
Maybe some rain?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's in the forecast.
Yeah.
We might as well go with that.
Yeah. So actually, let's use this. We'll dip it right into the blue.
Okay.
This is going to be a very dark sky. And you're just going to coat the canvas.
The whole thing?
Yeah, go for it. Yep. Don't be scared. So this is where all the encouragement. Look, you're already making it rain.
I am. I know what that looks like.
Yeah. And this is where the encouragement comes in because your prime is not an even coat. And really it's just about creating some layer there so we can paint on top.
So like that?
Just perfect.
Okay.
And interesting thing about cocoa butter is that at room temperature, it's solid. This is why we have it on a little bit of a warming tray. So this is a mini setup that we typically have at our workshops.
Okay.
So see how the paint is getting a little bit thick?
Yes.
All we do is we warm it up and look how soft that gets.
Okay.
So you can try that again.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might change.
And the other thing we like to do is we encourage people to do finger painting because our fingers are nice and warm and cocoa butter loves heat. So we often get people finger painting and having a great time and then it ends up on their face, but it's all good. We celebrate it all.
Okay. I think I'm there with that.
Okay. So it almost looks like a snowy, rainy day. And if you're feeling a little bit gutsy, let's do some splatter, some rain splatter.
Okay. I'm gutsy.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. So maybe let's try this smaller brush here.
Okay.
Here you go. Dip it into the white.
Okay.
Okay. Now, Jill, I want you to hold these two brushes.
Yes.
And this one that's saturated with the white, you're going to bang it on top like this. Okay?
Okay. Like
Got
this?
it? Yeah. Show it who's boss. There we go. We have snow and rain.
Show it who's boss.
Yeah.
I love it.
And then I'm going to show you another way to do splatter.
Okay. So that maybe it's not so... Because it's coming in.
This is perfect. Nature's never specifically round, or have you?
Oh, you're so kind.
Oh no, but it's true. And nature's never one flat color either, right? So to do a big splatter, you're gonna really saturate this, and you're gonna whip it.
Okay.
Yeah, do it. Show it who's boss. Come on.
I'm whipping it.
Whip it real good.
Gee, where have I heard that before? Now you're bringing Devo into the conversation. Okay.
Okay, so now we have a kind of rainy, snowy scene. I don't know if you want to add anything to the foreground. We can add a little bit of grass or trees, if you will.
Okay.
So notice we have the primary colors. So I'm going to create a little bit of green for you. Okay, and to do that, we're mixing blue and yellow, bringing it back to primary school.
Stop it.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I've reverted back to a certain age. Okay, so I'm making grass?
Yeah, just go for it. Little dabs. Oh, long strokes, little dabs. Look at you. Okay, I'm leaving now. Jill's going to take the rest of the segment on. Okay. You're doing great. Look at that.
Well, thanks.
And
you have to say that.
No, I don't. I genuinely feel that everybody does such a great job and everybody has a different art style, right?
Okay.
So let's add a different shade of green because like I said, nature's never one flat color.
This will be the last one. So
okay.
another
Yeah, go for it. Look at that.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Just so you know, Jill's adding all of the layers. She's adding definition, highlights, and shadows. She's a professional painter. Did she tell you that?
They know I'm not, but thank you, Quest. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
This has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed this.
I'm glad.
And I actually got the therapeutic part of it. I almost forgot that I'm actually on a show and I have to come out at a particular time.
Yeah.
But I have my producer looking at me saying, move it. Move
Okay.
it. Quest, I appreciate it. Thank you. And I would encourage everyone who needs to just sort of take some time out to absolutely do that.
Come and join us.
Quest Atkinson is a chocolatier, owner of Quest XO Chocolate, and she's running a chocolate painting class tomorrow night. It's all part of the Toronto Chocolate Festival.
This is CBC News.